Alright guys, so yesterday we really didn't get too far because we had a lot of distractions and well I had a lot of distractions and I really wanted to kind of just take some time to just sit down and talk a little bit. So today I'm going to try to do a little bit more exploring. I mean, unfortunately I'm going to be going for work here in a little bit, but I wanted to get a stream going before I go to work. I got some time, so we can definitely get this going here. Um, I lots of things come along and stuff. But I mean, it just depends on how the battles go and stuff. But I mean, it's usually, um, yesterday I know I was talking about how things are. I was talking about how sometimes you need to just let things in your life go, and I was talking about how bad things can be, and sometimes to just get to better places you have to just let things go, and you have to let certain people let go of your life and stuff. Well, another thing I want to kind of, and keep in mind, I like the Minecraft music, so I should just YouTube it and have it playing in the background, but I really do want to play Minecraft too, but I don't want stuff attacking me while I'm talking. Like yesterday was embarrassing. um, I really just, I mean, this kind of a video isn't, like I said, it's not meant to be depressing, it's not meant to be sad, it's just to stimulate you and get you thinking about ways to just, improve overall and improve in things that we all know is relevant and that's going to be, helpful and useful to us. And, I mean, a lot of people kind of look at things in a bad light and a bad perspective. And I mean, sometimes, people take things the wrong way. Sometimes people take things a little too personal. But so many things are just changing in my life right now, and I'm just going to I don't want to make this all about me, but I'm going to make it a little bit about me so you can kind of understand what's going on. A lot of things are kind of just changing in my life right now. So, I mean, this weekend is supposed to be my off weekend, but, tomorrow I'm supposed to go do stuff during Saturday, and then I'm supposed to work a little bit on Sunday. So I don't know how things are gonna really pan out. But I mean, it's I think I'll honestly just keep the weekend or just rest. Just kind of just enjoy my days off, and then I might practice up or something. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how things work out over the weekend. But just a quick update before I get distracted. So yeah, unfortunately, my Monday through Friday gig, I'm not really going to be doing that anymore. I'm going to be changing to another job here very shortly. That's hopefully another Monday through Friday. So I still have another part-time job that I got. So things are just changing, and it's things are changing, things are evolving, and I mean, it's really just it's really hard to deal with the way things are sometimes. And and I understand things get hard, I understand things get rough, I understand things and friendships and people, but you've got to get yourself away from the toxicness, because being toxic and being in a toxic situation is just not, it's just not beneficial. And I mean, I feel like some people will stab you in the back. I feel like people that you put your faith and put your trust in will end up turning on you. I feel like people will do what they can to get to the top, and you never know who's going to do that to you. And and I understand why people do things like harm people or want to get vengeance or anger. And I mean, I'm not excusing that behavior. I'm not increasing that and excusing it by any means. I'm not doing none of that. But when somebody does something to you to just tear you around and just bother you, and I mean, it's it's I mean, because like last night when I thought about it, I was like, you know what, I was sitting in a party, and some friends and I'm talking about you, Avenger, if you're watching this, or watching and listening. And he just played an old soundtrack from Naruto, and you might think, well, what does this have to do with things changing in your life? where I'm going with this is I want to go back to those times, but I don't want to rewind the clock. I just want the clock to come forward with the old stuff. And people are like, huh, what? That doesn't make any sense. So let me explain. So he played a Naruto song. It was the one where I forgot the name of it, Sensen's Kyoko or Kyaku, something like that. And you all who like Naruto, because most of you who watch these videos are Naruto fans, so you should know the song. It was an original song. It was like the 7th opening or the 8th opening. I can't remember. It's one of the two. It might be the 6th. I don't know. But it was one of those openings, and it came on Toonami, and he played it. And not only did he play the song, he played the Toonami promo. He played the Toonami lineup, and he played like the commercial. Well, not the commercial, but like, you know, startup and everything. And you know, it just made me think that, like, right, you know, Saturday night used to be a really, really beautiful thing. Saturday night used to be a very confidant and full of excitement, and it's just like you couldn't wait till Saturday was here to see what anime is going to be on, what's going to be playing, what the network's going to be doing. I mean, yeah, as an adult, we got Crunchyroll, we got Funimation, we really don't need Toonami anymore, but it's just the thought of knowing that you have something to look forward to Saturday night, because, you know, I don't know about most of you guys, but Saturday nights back in 2006, 2007, and 2008, and 2009, and 2010 were not necessarily Saturday nights of going out partying and going to the club and things like that. It was more of just kind of being at home on the game, because after school, after being at school Monday through Friday, come Friday night, I might go to a football game and hang out, but Saturday and Sunday, I didn't want to do nothing but sit in front of the TV all day long. And, you know, I mean, now with things like The Walking Dead, I mean, I have things to look forward to on Sunday nights. Unfortunately, The Walking Dead is on its final season, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. We are not going to get into The Walking Dead right now, okay? But, you know, hopefully we can do some more talking and chatting about that as it gets closer to the end. But right now, just we'll get to The Walking Dead. This is about a rewind trip. You know, I really, really, honestly, just, you know, I mean, I go back to that time and I'm just thinking, like, what happened to that time? Like, what happened to when Toonami used to be something special? It's like, yeah, Toonami was on Cartoon Network, not Adult Swim, so that made two differences. But regardless if it was on Cartoon Network or Adult Swim, I mean, I just feel like Toonami should just, they both networks understand that people love anime. Both networks understand that anime is important. Both networks know that there is a love for anime. So that has never changed. That has never stopped. And I'm not saying that, yeah, Toonami should go back to Cartoon Network, but I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't mind it if it went back to Cartoon Network. I wouldn't mind if it went back, because I don't care about all the extra blood and I mean, well, I do care about the blood and the violence, but I don't care about the cussing and all the other stuff that they can do currently. I mean, at the end of the day, them editing a few things just to make it special again is something I would love to see again. I mean, I don't watch anime for gore and killing. I mean, I do watch it, but I watch it for action and I watch it for the story. I watch it for the characters. I watch it for so many other things. I don't just watch it just for that alone itself. And, you know, I mean, yeah, we don't have cable anymore, but I mean, not having cable is not a problem, because we have the little apps that basically are like cable, but we don't have like an actual cable box. And I even have YouTube TV, which is basically just like cable. And I mean, it's really good to be able to sit down and just watch cable anywhere you go, no matter where you are. As long as you have internet connection, you can watch cable. And that's the beauty of it all. That's an amazing thing. But, you know, you have to just take the time and just think about things like, okay, is this really where I want to be? Is this really what I'm going to do? You know, I mean, it's really just, it's all about where things are placed, and it's all about, you know, I noticed that a lot of people that are in their 20s, late 20s, early 30s, whatever, or a lot of people that were around in the 90s. When I say around, I don't mean like 5 years old. I mean like seven and up, or 8 and up, to where you can start memorizing things. A lot of people talk about those times. They reminisce on the past, and you know, when you just take a minute and just go back to 2006, take a moment, go back to 2007. The animation, I mean, Adventure said it best. The animation was better, the storyline was better, stuff was written better. I mean, I feel like the stuff that they're feeding us today, it's just there's just no wholeness to it. There's no completeness to it. And everybody's like, that's because you don't watch Demon Slayer. That's just because you don't watch Attack on Titan. Well, you can't tell me anything about Attack on Titan, because I watch Attack on Titan. I haven't finished it because I'm behind a lot of anime, but I like Attack on Titan. I like Darker Than Black. I like Black Clover. I like some other animes that we can just keep going down the list. I like Suzuka. That's not a mainstream anime. Suzuka. I like I mean, I like a ton of anime that's not just shonen and mainstream. Like I like Samurai Champloo, and everyone's like, well, Samurai Champloo was a good anime, and it was all over. And I was like, yeah, it's all over. I mean, Pokemon is a mainstream anime. It doesn't mean I don't like Pokemon. Do I watch Pokemon today? Do I watch Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon now? No. Was that something I watched as a kid? Yeah, I watched it. Unfortunately, Naruto and Dragon Ball kind of took over my life, so it was kind of hard for me to kind of really stay on the Pokemon league, because I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. I am a Dragon Ball fan. I love Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Heroes, and any other fan animation. I mean, it's Dragon Ball and Naruto have inspired me to even write my own anime, and I started writing it a long time ago. I just haven't done any actual flash animation, but I have. Every time I see an anime, I start coming up with ideas for the story, start trying to innovate ideas, and I mean, it's just a love for anime. I mean, at some point, maybe not in 2022, maybe in 2023, I would like to start fan animation, really just go back to my old roots, go back to where things were, try to reconnect with that energy and redevelop it here and mix it with the new stuff. And everybody's like, that's a horrible idea. No, it's not, because my anime is going to capture, it's fan animation, first of all, so everything is going to be, all the rights are given to all the anime, and I don't own any of the stuff. But it's going to have characters that can do things like Rasenguns, characters that can do things like Kamehamehas, Big Bang attacks, Final Flashes, instant transmission. But it's basically taking people that I knew in real life and giving them an anime character, giving them a power, giving them an ability, giving them a personality of that character, but also keeping them true to how I see them in real life. But we're not going to go off on a tangent like that. What I want to get to is, when I heard that song, I mean, I used to talk about this all the time in middle school. I used to say, oh, I can't wait to go to Tokyo. I can't wait to go to Tokyo. I want to go to Tokyo. I mean, Tokyo used to just be the hottest thing on my mind. And, I mean, now I'm 26. You go back, you talking about 17, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. You're talking about that old me. I'm 26 now, so I mean, me staying younger is it's getting harder. It's getting harder to stay younger. And the thing is, people aren't getting any older. But the thing is, what you need to remember is, you can be older and move forward and not forget what you used to do, and not forget the fun of the good old days. I mean, because if we go back, people just go back to 2006, 2007, and they stop. They act like 2005 never existed, 2004, 2003, like those years existed too. That time zone existed as well. I mean, there was a time when the family used to get together and we used to play like Double Dash on the weekends and Mario Party and stuff. And I mean, I'm trying to get back to that time. I'm trying to get back to that. But as an adult, I have to work. I have to keep myself fit. I have to do things as a man to be able to keep a man the way the man is. And, it's just, I mean, things just don't always work out the way that you plan them to. But there are just some people that I just feel like that are in your life that don't have the best interests. That don't have the best interests, that aren't looking to improve, that aren't looking to make you better, that aren't looking to better you. And I'm not going to use YouTube as a way to vent to people. I'm not going to use this as a tool to vent and a tool to reach out to people. As this is a motivation for other people. This is a way to kind of give people a reason to not just look forward to something, but to kind of just kind of relive those good old days. I mean, anime night used to be a really, really, really good night, and I used to call it, like, every Saturday night I'd be like, hey, it's anime night. All the buddies would get together, we'd watch Toonami, or we'd go to somebody's house and play Naruto while Toonami's on. I mean, it's it's kind of hard to do that now, but I truly honestly think, like, through the rest of your youthfulness, you can do this. You can relive the things that you used to do. For those of you that work on the weekends, maybe you need to try to request a Saturday off. You don't have to do it every single Saturday, but just request a Saturday off every now and then. Take some time off, and don't dedicate the whole day to that, but take some time off and just kind of go back in time and just revisit some nice things. I mean, yeah, it's hard to reconnect with people now because of COVID and everything that's going on. I understand that. But you can't leave yourself shut up in a wall, shut up in a room, and just expect to get there. You can't just, like, you're not going to make it by just living like that. You missed the past so much. You missed that era. You missed that time. Well, recreate it. Now is the time to recreate it more than ever. Now is the time to relive this. Now is the time to relive the 2007, the 2008 era. Because now nostalgia is bigger than ever. Toonami is still going on Cartoon Network. You can make anime night great again. While Toonami's on, have the game on. For those of you who like to just watch Toonami in solid peace, then just close everything else out during that time frame and just watch anime. For me, I can't do that no more. I can't close everything out. If I'm gonna have Toonami on, I gotta be playing the game or something. Just like I did back in the day. Now is the time to relive that. I don't think they're going to go as far as to run another marathon of the original Naruto. I don't think they're going to go that far and do that, but I mean, they can. I mean, I at this point, I don't see the point in doing that. I see the point in Shippuden and Boruto kind of pushing things further, like ending Shippuden already and getting Boruto back in, but I just don't see the point in going back and replaying Naruto, going back and replaying Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z has been going on for I don't know how long now. Back when it was on Cartoon Network, that was a rerun. That was a rerunning of the show. That was a rerun of it because it wasn't brand new. It was out long before they even put it on the network. It ain't like the anime came out literally yesterday and they put the anime back on there. So, it's now is the time to relive that. And where I'm going with all this, as far as change, is a part of a change in my life. Is I really want to get back to the way things used to be, but I gotta get me a job in my field, and I feel like getting a job in the IT, getting a job in that field, is going to get me back to where I want to be. Yeah, there's another job that pays way better, and I'd be stupid to not try and hop on that Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. That's basically a school schedule, 8:45 to 3:30, 4 o'clock. It's just an hour longer. But other than that, I mean, it's by 5 o'clock, you have the rest of the day to do whatever you want. Because trust me, I don't want to be working 2 jobs for the rest of my life. 2, 3 jobs for the rest of my life. I don't want to be feeling like I'm closed in and I'm forced and I can't do the things I want to do anymore. So you just gotta look at your options. But it's not too late. I mean, yeah, I currently don't have a working Xbox, but I'm gonna get one next month. get back on Sea of Thieves, get back in my Banjo-Kazooie, get back into my 360 days. Because that's all I'm using the Xbox One for. I'm just using it to kind of reestablish the 360 days in a better way now. Reestablish the 360 days in a new way. And sometimes you just have to move forward. Sometimes you just have to know it's time to move forward. But you don't have to move forward and leave everything back there. That's the beauty of getting an Xbox One and a PlayStation 5. You can move forward with your old stuff. That is what I want this message to end. That's what I want people to look at and think about and really, really, really see. You can move forward with the old stuff. You can play Xbox with your friends like you used to back in the day. You can go party like you used to back in the day. If you're tired after work, you need to get you some rest. If rest isn't working, eat you some fruit. Eat you some fruit. Get you some exercise. Do what you need to do to keep your body healthy so you can have energy through the rest of your 20s into your 30s to still do the fun stuff that you used to do. Now, I'm not saying turn 33, 34 and still acting like you're 21, 22. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I would never, ever encourage somebody to do that. But there's nothing wrong with going in the time machine and going way back. There's nothing wrong with reliving the good old days again. And now is the time to do those things. Now is the time to revisit that stuff. Now is the time to go back and go, okay, this is the time. Okay, this is where it is. Okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I mean, anime used to be a real beautiful thing for me. And then I just kind of got hooked on video games and I kind of just stopped caring about that kind of stuff. But the other day when I was on the Funimation app, I said, oh my God, I felt like I'm watching the Funimation channel. I was hooked. I was hooked. And I mean, I feel like nowadays you shouldn't have to force yourself to watch something. You shouldn't have to force yourself to do something. If you don't like it from the start, that's a problem. It's not, okay, well, I don't really like it, but I'll still give it a chance. At this point, you're watching it out of pity for it. You're not watching it because you actually just, oh my God, I love it. This is awesome, right from the very beginning. And it just shouldn't be like that. And I'm not discriminating against new anime because I think there's some new anime that's out that is really, really beautiful. I think there's new anime that is golden. I really do think that there is anime that is very, very good. But I remember every day coming home from school, and first thing I do is before I do any homework or schoolwork, I'd hop on that I'd hop right on Funimation channel. Say hi to my family, see how they doing, hop right on Funimation. And I get it. A lot of things have changed since that time zone. I get it. I got that. I understand that things have changed. I understand that things have gone a whole new way. I understand that things have turned a new leaf. I understand that things have the time. Listen, we're in the year 2020. Not in that year. We're in the year 2021. 2007 and 2006 is a long way back in the past. You can't go back. You can't go back and grab that and put that in front. You can't go back and grab that stuff and put that up forward. But you can live better now. You can do some of the things that you used to do back then today. And that is the closest that you will get to the nostalgia. You see, people don't understand that when they say they want nostalgia, they say they wish they could just go back to that time period. Why do you have to go back to that time period? Why can't you bring the things that you used to do back then now? Everyone's like, because that's not good enough. And I mean, listen, and I understand why you say it's not good enough. Because and there's nothing like going back to when Super Mario Galaxy first was released on the Wii, or Galaxy 2. That was momentum. That was beautiful. That was a game that just stole the market. Well, it didn't steal the market, but it put, that was definitely one of those games. Super Mario Galaxy 1 was that game that put Mario on a pedestal. Galaxy 2, everybody says it didn't sell as much, but in my opinion, I say Galaxy 2 is one of the best single-player Mario games ever made. And I can sit here and argue with you left and right of why it is still the single best single player Mario game ever. It literally took what it took what Super Mario 64 had, and it did it better. And everybody's like, no, Galaxy didn't do it better than 64. Yes, it did. In Galaxy, you had the motion controls. You had the controls. You had the Wii, because the whole thing was the remote and spinning the remote and all that. You had that. You had an adventure that was like 64. But you had Mario's move too. Mario, like, he didn't have, like, he had his punch and kicks. Like, okay, it wasn't punch punch kick, but you know what I mean. He could spin around, that was his punch, and then you could hold block. I mean, you could hold crouch and then spin. Mario still had his punch and his kick. They took 64's formula and really kind of just revamped it and put him in space. Yeah, Mario wasn't jumping through paintings, but that's okay. He didn't need to jump through paintings because they had a formula that really worked. Man, I've talked most of my time up now. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap this up, and then I guess we'll play some Minecraft tomorrow. But what I want you people to see, what I want everybody to understand is, I mean, even going back to that Mario example, like, yeah, some people say Super Mario 64 will be better than Galaxy. Some people say Sunshine is better than Galaxy and 64. I don't understand how you can say Sunshine is better than 64. I mean, maybe you could say it was a little bit better than Galaxy 1. I don't know about Galaxy 2. I mean, I just can't say Sunshine is better than Galaxy. It just fathoms me that somebody could just say that, because it's just like, you can't even do half. You can't even do 70. I mean, okay, we're not even gonna look at numbers for a minute. Just the stages themselves should speak for that game. Like, don't look at Mario's story, don't look at the movement, don't look at the abilities, don't look at the power-ups. Just the stages alone carry most of the weight in a debate between Galaxy, Sunshine, and 64. Odyssey, I mean, Odyssey is okay. I mean, it's not the best single player Mario game. You have to be out of your mind to say that. It can't be the best when Mario can't even do the things that he was able to do in the previous single player games. The Legend of Zelda, I mean, Breath of the Wild, I think it's a really cool series, because I mean, it takes elements from all the other games. And I think that's what makes Breath of the Wild really good. It takes a Skyward Sword spin, but it also has like a Twilight Princess element. It doesn't really have an Ocarina of Time vibe, but it has I mean, it's open world. It's an open world Zelda game. I mean, there's just so much to do in the game, and that's okay. It's okay that it's open world. That makes up, let me tell you something, that makes up for everything that they could have taken out or added to the game. Literally, Breath of the Wild is literally Skyward Sword mechanics, but, well, not Skyward Sword mechanics, but it's you can tell there's elements from Skyward Sword there. There's stuff from that on top of Twilight Princess. I mean, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I mean, there's more of like a Majora's Mask. I mean, I get it. I get it. Like, some people don't like Breath of the Wild. Some people want an Ocarina of Time 2, 3. Oh, 3. I said 3, 2. Or Ocarina of Time Switch. I get it. But unfortunately, that's not what we're getting. We're getting a Breath of the Wild 2. Now, what I would appreciate is if they found some way to combine the open world with the classic going in the castles and open up the keys and the doors and the puzzles. But the puzzles are different now. The puzzles are using these devices, using the Sheikah Slate, and using these things to, those are your puzzles. And I mean, honestly, I don't mind it, because if you really think about it, Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild captures Zelda in a brand new way, and I really don't mind it. I mean, it's like I am okay with Breath of the Wild. I like the game, even though I haven't finished it. I like the game. I think it's a lot to do, and I think it's a lot to put in a game that is already jam-packed with a lot of material. But Breath of the Wild is a really good game. I'm probably going to spend some time on that this weekend, honestly. That and Skyward Sword HD. But like, I see what people are saying. Like, people play Skyward Sword HD, or they play Ocarina of Time, and they're like, oh my God, why can't we have another something like this, another Zelda like this? I don't think it's impossible. I don't think they can't do an Ocarina of Time too. I think they can do it. I just don't know if they will do it. I really, truly, honestly believe they can make an Ocarina of Time too. I do. Literally, I feel like they could take the Breath of the Wild graphics, take Ocarina of Time, and just extend everything. Like, go in places that weren't explored in the original game. Add stages to it. Add castles. Add things to it. Add stuff to really don't do DLC. Don't do DLC. Do a whole different game. But keep that same formula. And some people think, well, that's never going to happen. I mean, it may happen, it may not. I mean, this isn't about if this game is going to come out or not. This is not what this conversation is about. This conversation is just to remind you that things from the past can still come back. You can still do the things that you used to do. You just have to do it with the current way things are now. Let me tell you something. If Naruto would have just stayed, if we would have never had a Shippuden, Naruto would not have been as big as it is right now. Shippuden didn't do that much, but Shippuden definitely pushed Naruto to a new level. It pushed Naruto to new potentials. There's so much Naruto Shippuden merchandise. I mean, Shippuden really levitated the series. In my opinion, Naruto, the original, will always be better, because I just feel like it was better music, better story. The fighting, I mean, it was, it really just captured it well. Shippuden was good though. Don't knock Shippuden. Shippuden was definitely good. I feel like Shippuden was more of an information dump than anything. Naruto was keeping things simple. It was just about jutsus, training, and just get stronger. Shippuden took a whole nother spin on it. And now we got Boruto. I'm someone that doesn't like Boruto, but I will tell you that when I watch anime, I definitely keep it on my list to watch, because it's always good to just see Naruto. It's always good to see him. It's always good to see Sasuke. It's always good to see Sakura. It's always good to see these characters that you grew up watching. So you just have to remember these things. You have to just kind of know these things. And I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's ever going to be happy, but you can relive your nostalgia today. You can relive the past. You can relive the moments that you had from back then today. You know, there's nothing in the rule book that says you can't do what you did back then today. There's nothing that says you can't watch. And I mean, and I feel like now is the perfect time. I feel like now is the time to really get back into that vibe. I mean, yeah, some of the anime that's on the network and Toonami is not as good as it used to be. I mean, you know, let me tell you something. That whole era, like I started with, that Naruto opening, that 7th opening or 6th opening, when you heard that, when I heard the song, it literally set my mind back to when I was at an older house in front of Naruto, coming out of school, talking to my friends. I mean, it really just sent me back to a time that was just different than now. But hold up. You can't get choked up in old stuff. You can't. You can't go back to that time. You have to know you can't go back to that time. That's the most saddest and most brutalest thing about nostalgia. You can't go back to it. You can't rewind the clock and go back and do those things. You can't just jump in the time machine and go back to 2007 and 2006. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I enjoy the old anime. When it comes to old anime versus new anime, I will definitely say I enjoy some old anime over some new anime. There's no doubt about it. And anybody that thinks they're a genius and wants to debate with me, you can debate with me, because I can get a group of people together that will tell you that anime back then was written better, it had better graphics. Maybe not compared to Demon Slayer. I mean, there's some animes that look way. Let me tell you, Funimation has been pumping out some really good looking anime lately, because I follow them on Instagram. I see the new anime that comes out. I done got a whole ton of anime added to my list. It looks like they're really trying to go back to that 2007, 2006 era, and that's good. I like that. I want them to continue to do that, because that'll continue, they can continue to have my money if they continue to do that. There's some things that I'm a sucker for. Anime is not one of them. I'm a sucker for some Mario. I'm a sucker for some Dragon Ball. But what I want you to see, and what I want you to take from here, is you need to know that people are going to do. You need to know that people are going to be a part of it. You need to know that people are going to be cherished and be brought through here. And you need to know that people are going to have, you need to know that, I mean, your nostalgia, I mean, I'm trying to say it without being depressing, because I don't want this to sound depressing. So I got a text message. Sorry. So, you know, it's it's a whole nother field, and it's a whole nother story. And you know, my bad. I have a text message. So just remember that, like, nostalgia is, it's sad, but it doesn't have to be sad, because you can still do it today. I wouldn't recommend you playing Super Mario 64 every single day as if the game just came out a week ago. But it wouldn't hurt you to pick it back up again and start going through the stages again. But don't just play that game and pretend like nothing else exists. Don't play that game as if the game and there's no other games available to play. Don't play that game and only pretend like there's no 3D World, there's no Mario Kart 8, there's no Super Smash Brothers. Because that's when you get wrapped up. That's when you get choked up in nostalgia. That's when you get stuck. And you just can't tell me that they can't bring old things back today. Shadow of the Colossus was a PlayStation 2 game. They brought that game back on PlayStation 4. They brought that game back. It's beautiful. I love what they did with the game. It was one of my favorite games back on the PS2. They brought the game back. They literally did exactly what the game is supposed to do and what the game is supposed to be. Literally. They brought the game back. Just, they didn't do anything to it. They didn't mess it up. Just made it formatable for a PS4. But see, that's the thing. You can't just continue to bring things back and just, you can't keep refeeding us this old stuff. You got to give us something new. That's what made that innovative era so good. That's what made that PlayStation 2 and that GameCube era so beautiful. New things were popping off. New ideas were coming. New things were on the way. And the new things were good. They were full of ideas. They were full of thoughts. They were full of everything. And nowadays we just don't have that. 3D World, yeah, 3D World is a really good Mario series. I enjoy the Mario 3D World series. I do. I enjoy it. It takes the Super Mario Brothers stuff and it turns it 3D. That is probably a very creative and innovative thing they have done since Wii U era. That is creative. That is good. Take a 2D series and turn it 3D. It's beautiful. Now don't do something crappy and flip it the other way around. Don't do something simple like take Mario 64 and turn it 2D. Or take Super Mario Sunshine and make it 2D. Because I'm not going to play that. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to look at you like you're stupid. And I'm going to buy it because I'm a Mario fan. But I'm like, no. Don't do nothing stupid. Because I feel like that's something Nintendo will do. So, all right, well, it's time for me to go. I thank everybody for listening, whoever listened, whoever was here from start to finish. I appreciate everybody for kind of just going through and listening, and I remember you taking the time. But tomorrow I'll stream this weekend, don't worry about it, and I'll stream Monday morning. So I'm not going to work Monday morning, I go to work Monday night. So, well, I might go in Monday morning, I might do a 10 to 6, but I'm probably not. Might do a 10 to 6 though. Might do a 10 to 6, but anyway, it just depends on what they need. But yeah, just remember, guys, that things have changed and things are just a lot different. And don't be sad about nostalgia. Don't be sad about the things that have happened. Don't be sad about the change. Because if there's still hope and there's still opportunity to get back to that time, Do it. Rebuild it. And I'm not contradicting myself. If you enjoy the 64 era, play your Nintendo 64 games. Play them every day like you used to, or however you used to. But don't just pretend like that is the only thing here. You got to open yourself up to new things. You would have never made it to a PlayStation 3 and an Xbox 360 if you were only stuck on Nintendo 64 SNES era. You got to still be open to the new stuff. But you can still play your old games like you used to. And I'm going to say this too. The thing I don't understand is it's not really just all our faults. It's their fault too. Nintendo could easily put all Nintendo 64, all SNES, and all Nintendo GameCube games on the Switch shop. If they don't want to put them all, they could put like, what they need to do is like they did with the SNES. They need to do that for Nintendo 64. You can play all the Nintendo 64 games. Now, yeah, you're going to have to pay for those because those were a little bit more expensive, but that's fine. They need to do the same thing for the GameCube. Put all them GameCube games on there and let us play them. Or if you don't want to do that, then revamp them for the modern day Switch. Because I mean, I love what they did with Skyward Sword HD. They took a Wii game and revamped it for the Nintendo Switch. That's what I want you to do with the old games. But I want you to still pump out new stuff. You still got to pump out new games. You can't just give me nostalgia and think that's it. That's not going to cover it, Nintendo. That's not going to cover it, anime lovers. That's not going to cover it, music lovers. That's not going to cover it, people who like to do things that you used to do. You still have to give me something new. You still have to give me something new to lean on and feed off of. You can't just give me old stuff and expect me to just be satisfied with a new polish on it. Think about rearranging your room. When you rearrange your room looks so different. It looks so much better. It's still the same room. It just went under some changes. You just moved things in different spots. You didn't change the whole room. You just changed the direction and the placement of the same objects in the same room. That's how you need to look at changes. That's how you need to do things when you bring things back. The next single player Mario game, don't change the original formula from Sunshine 64 and Galaxy. Don't change that formula. And I get it. Like Cappy, I get it. Cappy is a good mechanic because Sunshine had a little buddy. Mario has had a buddy since Sunshine in his single player adventures. Super Mario Sunshine, he had Flood. Galaxy, he had the Lumas. Am I missing one? Yeah, I am missing one. Sunshine, he had Flood. Galaxy, no, I'm not. Galaxy had the Lumas. Odyssey, he has Cappy. We need to just go back to where Mario just don't have a partner and a buddy. Mario can get one along the way in a certain stage and get help. But the way they're doing things now, I'm not disappointed, but I'm just kind of like, you know, it's just awful the way things are. And I mean, I really do believe that things can get back to the way things used to be. But in order for them to get back to the way they used to be, you got to be willing to do it like you used to. But you also have to understand, people get older, people get more tired, people have jobs. I get that. I understand that. I'm not telling you need to drop your life. I'm not telling you need to drop the things that you need to do. I'm just saying, for somebody that really, really wants things to be the way they used to be, you've got to do it. But you can't ignore what's new. You like watching old anime? Watch old anime. But Saturday night, watch Toonami and see how Toonami is. You ain't gotta watch Toonami from start to finish. I mean, it would be nice to do that like the old days, but the problem is Toonami. I'm gonna tell you my problem with Toonami. My problem with Toonami is it's just on too late. I just can't stay up to no 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, knowing I gotta go to work the next day. I just can't do that. I can't do that. I just can't stay up to no 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I cannot do that. I can't stay up to no 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning watching anime. I can't. I mean, yeah, back in middle school when Inuyasha and Saturday nights when Adult Swim would just air anime all night long, that was my Toonami block. And it's because of it's because of Toonami and that whole block that I even watch anime at nighttime. And I think that's one of the best times to watch it. I think that's the best time to look at anime is at nighttime. I still do. Because everybody doesn't go out and party or roller skating or whatever you do on a Saturday night. But I get it. It's late night for the adults because the adults, some of us work at nighttime. So it's meant to be on to help people catch up. But I think they need to find a way to start it a little bit earlier and just end it a little earlier in the night. Like, start it at like 8 o'clock or something. Start it at 8 or 9 and then go to like 2 or 3. Because at least that way it still feels like a Saturday night. I get it. Toonami can't just take that whole Cartoon Network Adult Swim block. I get it. But Saturday night is basically Toonami night. Both of these networks know how powerful this has been an impact on people. It does not make sense for at this point. I'm not going to say Toonami deserves its own channel. I'm not going to say all that. Because I don't think that would make it special anymore. I'm sure that would be a cool thing to do. But I just don't understand why Cartoon Network and Adult Swim can't just work together because they're two different companies and their parent company separates them. I get it. But I just don't understand why Toonami can't just start at 9 o'clock. It ain't got to start at 8. Just start at 9 and go from 9 to 3 or 9 to 4 or 9 to 2. Honestly, I would prefer it to be like a 9 to 3 or an 8 to 3. 8 to 3 is good too. That's a long time for anime, but you got to think about it, dude. Toonami back in the day, they had a midnight run. They had a 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, because some people are off on the weekends. So at least they can catch the start of it. And then for those of us that work at nighttime on Saturdays, we can still get home and still catch the end of it, a little bit of it. So we're still getting that nostalgic feel. I get it. They like the late night run. I get it. But the late night run is just, it's hard for people to catch that. It's hard for people to stay tuned on that. But I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. I'm just going to tell you that you can relive your nostalgia. You just have to find a way to revamp it today. And you can revamp it. You can redo it. You can relive it. You can revisit it. You can redo it. But some of us have to go to work. Some of us have things to do for our life. Some of us have, things that we need to accomplish and complete. Some of us have to go to work and make money. We're not in school no more. Now, those of you that work a 9 to 5 job, yeah, you probably could stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and watch Toonami. Some of us don't have that ability. We got to get up at 5, 4, 6 o'clock in the morning. We just don't have the luxury to do that. So again, don't get choked up in the past. Just remember it, value it, cherish it. But find a way to do what you did back then today. It's not impossible. It's not something you can't do. It's not something that is not capable. You can do it. You are able to do it. So I've talked long enough. Before I get off here, I want to try to run down this and see what we got from yesterday. I'll be streaming Minecraft tomorrow. Hopefully I won't be talking the whole entire time. Oh, and for those of you that watched last night, by the way, I'm so sorry I fell asleep. I fell asleep on stream last night. I did. I was like, bruh. I fell asleep on the stream. I was just like, ugh. I apologize. I really just feel like playing Minecraft. I don't feel like doing all this fighting and stuff. Alright, for the last 2 minutes, for those of you who are watching. Alright, so what I want to do in Minecraft is I want to really want to try and, man, I can't believe I spent the whole hour just talking. And by the way, guys, I don't have a lot of followers, so I mean, if you could please, like, you know, get my name out there or something. I mean, you gotta get my name out there, but you know, if you're watching this and you know somebody that likes to just the channel or Minecraft or wants to see cool games, you know, send them my way. I mean, even if they don't like gaming, you know, just getting the subscriber will be enough for me. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't expect everybody to watch it within the first few hours of it being released, but I mean, hopefully that people will watch it within the same day or something. Because I mean, I really do, like, I really want to grow this channel. Sorry, I had to get up, my phone was ringing. Okay, so yeah, there's animals, but yeah, I mean, if you can, you know, send the channel over. If you got friends that watch this stuff, I mean, I definitely want to get some viewers off of this stuff at some point. But yeah, I fell asleep last night. I don't know what happened. I got comfortable, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get back up, and I guess I just forgot I was streaming or something. I woke up and I said, oh my god, the stream is still going. There was some random dude in the lobby just sitting there. I was like, what, dude, why are you still here? So alright, so this is the village that we got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to create like a little bridge between some of these houses. What the freak? I'm going to create a bridge between some of these houses. And then what I want to do tomorrow is kind of jump in between them and create a land in the sky. Not really create a Naruto. I don't want to do nothing Naruto, but I want to kind of recreate some Nintendo stuff here. Like I might do some Skyward Sword or something. So, all right. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. We'll connect these houses and then we'll figure out what I need to do. Get some weapons and start digging. All right. It was fun, guys. I didn't do anything, but like I said, just remember, your nostalgia, it's not over. It doesn't have to be over. You can do what you used to in a much newer and better way. You just have to find the way to revenge it. You know, I mean, Smash Brothers is having a tournament Sunday. Smash is popping back up. People still doing matches in Naruto. It's not too late. Toonami is still on the air. You're still young and youthful. It's never too late. I want to thank everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night.